Hello class, this is the handwriting lesson we're going to do today, and I'll show you how we're going to write them. Open up your handwriting book to the next blank page. Make sure you have your eyes on the board. All pencils should be down, all hands should be down. First, we are going to write the date. Make sure you're holding your pencil correctly using the correct pencil grip. Today is the 19th of July 2022. If you're watching this at a later date, make sure you're writing the correct date. For 19, you start at the top, dotted line. You go straight down, touching the bottom line. For number 9, you start here, you go around, touch the line, touching the solid line, back up, and straight down. Make sure you're looking at the board. You should not be writing. And then you start from the top, dotted line, you go down and across for the T. Start from the top line, go down and up and around, touching the line and back down again. You should then have finger space. Uppercase J for July, starting from the dotted line, down, touching the second solid line and hook up. Make sure you're touching that line there. For the U, you start over here. You go down and around, up and down. For the L, you start nice and tall from the top. Dotted line, you go straight down, touching the bottom line there. For the Y, you start from the second line, go around and up, touching the top line, go down and touch the bottom line there. Make sure you're touching the bottom line there. And for 2022, make sure you have finger spacing there, and then you write the year. You go around, diagonally across, touching that line and cross on the line. And for the 0, you go nice and round, touching that line, go down, touch the bottom line, go back up. And the letter 2, touch the line round, over and cross. And another 2, round and cross on the line. Now it's your turn to write the date. Next, we are going to write the lowercase letters, L-I-T-J. So for L, we start here and go straight down, touching that line there. For the I, we start from the solid line, touching that solid line there, and put a dot in the middle between these two lines. For the T, we go straight down and cross on the line. For the small lowercase j, we start from the solid line, down and hook up on the dotted line there and put a dot in the middle between these two lines there. L-I-T-J. I'll do one more to show you. Make sure you have eyes on the board watching. You shouldn't be writing now. So L, straight down. I start from this line here, straight down, and the dot in between these two lines. T, start from the top line, down to the second solid line and cross on the line. For the J, start from the solid line, go up and hook up, and the dot on top. You may start writing now. If you finish, you can do 2 more or fill up the rest of the line. I'll show you how to do the uppercase L-I-T-J now. So you start from the solid dotted line here. You go down and across on that line there for the uppercase L. For the I, you start from the same line. You go straight down for the I. For the T, you cross on that dotted line there and you find the middle and go straight down for the T. For the J, you start from the dotted line, down and hook up. Make sure I'm going to show you another one. Make sure you have your eyes watching. Finger space. Start from that line, down and across on the line. L. I, you start from the dotted line, straight down. For the T, cross on the dotted line, find the middle and straight down. And for the J, start from the line, touching the line and hook up on the line. You may start. If you finish, you do 2 more. Now we're going to be writing some lowercase words. First word is jet. For jet, you start from this solid line here. Go down and hook up, touching that line there. And you put a dot in between the dotted line and the solid line. For the E, you start in the middle of the 2 solid lines. You go round and up and round and up there for the E. And for the T, you start there, go down, touching the bottom line and cross on the line. Make sure you're watching. Then you put a little comma to separate the words. And you have a finger space. The next word is jump. So down, hook up, and dot on top. For the J, U, down, around and up and down. For the U, for the M, down, around, up and down and round, up again and down, touching the top and bottom solid line. And for the P, you start from the solid line, you go straight down to the dotted line and go back up there again and around. Separate by comma. Now it's your turn to write jump. Next word is just. Just. Start from this line for the lowercase j. Go down, around, and the dot on top. Around and up and down for the U. Make sure you're watching the board. Start here, go around and round, and straight down and across for just. Then you have the comma. Now it's your turn. Next word is jelly bean. Jelly bean. Same, you start from here for the small lowercase j. You hook up on the line and put a dot in between these 2 lines. With the E, you start in the middle of these 2 solid lines. You go around and then start from the top and down. Another line down, touching the line. For the Y, you start here. You go around and back up on the line and down and up. For the B, you start here. It's one word, so you don't need a space. Straight down and up and around. And go back to here, connecting for the B. And for the E, you start in the middle of the 2 solid lines. Go around and down and over. And for the A, around and up and straight down. Make sure you're watching the board. You should not have your pencil in your hand. You should be watching the board. For the N, you go straight down and up and around, straight down, and then you have another comma. And last word for the lowercase letters is jolly. It's your turn to write jelly bean. This is how you write it. Jelly bean. Next word jolly. You have finger space. Then you have J starting from here. Down, up, and the dot on top. And the O is around and up connecting, and start from the dotted line, go straight down. Start from top line and straight down. And then start from that solid line, you go around and up and down and touching that line there. Jolly. Next we have capital letter words. First word is the name Jack. You start from the dotted line, you go straight down and around and up. And then you have a small A. Make sure you're watching the board. Go around and up and straight down. And the C, you go around. And for the K, you start from the dotted line, you go down, and then you go around on this line here. And then diagonally cross, like that. Jack. Your turn. Make sure you have that comma there. Next name that we're going to start with the capital J, uppercase J, is Julie. Make sure you finish off Jack. Julie is straight down, up and touching that line, going across. For the U, you go down and up and straight down. You start from that dotted line, you go for L, touching that line. I, you go straight down, the dot on top. And the E, you start in the middle and go around and curve up. And you have another comma. Now we have another uppercase letter with a country. Start with a capital J. Start from the line, go down and up. And the small A, go around and up and down, straight down. J-A, Japan. Then you start from the solid line there, you go down. And then you lift it off and you go back up here. And go around. P. Next word is A, you go around and back up, connecting, and then straight down. And for the N, you start on this solid line here, you go down and around and up and down. Japan. Your turn to write. Now we are going to write a sentence. The sentence we are going to write is Jimmy Jones jumped with joy. For the sentence, we're going to start with a capital J. Make sure you're watching the board. Round and hook. And for the small I, you go on the solid line down and with a dot in the middle here between these two lines. And for the M, we start from the solid line, we go down and round and down and up and down again. Make sure you're touching the lines. And another M. See how I'm touching the top and the bottom solid line. And for the Y, you start here. You go down, around and up. Touching that line there and go around. And then touch the bottom line there for Jimmy. And for Jones, we start from the top. Same thing, it's a surname. So we're going to go down and up and hook. And for the O, we start from the line, we go around and go back up. And for the N, we start on top, go straight down and go back up and around. And for the E and S, we start from here and we go across and back. Make sure you have a finger space. Now we have jumps with joy. So I'm going to write it, then you can start. You make sure you're watching. You go down and touch that line there. See how it starts from here because it's small j on this line here, and then you put the dot on top. And for the U, start from the solid line, you go down, up and down. The M, down and up and around and up and around for M. For the P, you start from the solid line here going down, and then you lift it off and go back up. And for the S, and then you have another finger space. W, down and up and down, up. For the I, you start from the solid line going down and put the dot on top. And for the T, you go down and across on the top. And for the H, straight down and up and across. And for joy, you have another finger space. You start from the solid line going down and up, and then dot on top. And for the O, you start from that line, you go around and back up. And for the last Y, you start from the solid line, you go around and up, touching that line, and down and hook up on the dotted line. And you finish off the sentence with a full stop. Jimmy Jones jumps with joy. When you have finished the sentence, you can draw a picture.